Here you go. Already.
That boy glasses look like some Manibus windshields, man. What's up,
I had these just on last podcast. What you talking about?
I know you did. I ain't checked you in a minute. You think I let you get away with them last 3 podcasts roasting me too. That's all good. That boy got the first day of school outfit on, hat matching shirt. He got the Converse. That boy got the Dr. J t-shirt on, the Converse. That man got his hat turned. He got the hat turned back like he finna sell some CDs at the gas station.
Hey man, I selling these loose squares. These loosies. I got these loosies for you, man. What's up? You need a Newport, man. I got these Newport longs. These long 200s.
Oh man.
He already.
I hold you them. That's all. I ain't got no.
Oh, it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing but chicken. It's gonna be nothing but chicken today, baby. Everything today, my nigga, from the past few weeks over the weekend, yeah. It's gonna be with the shenanigans this evening.
I already know it is.
Oh,
I already
boy.
know it is.
Cause
what's been up though, man? What's been going on, man?
Man, not much. Nothing much. Trying to stay sane, my nigga. I know the last two podcasts, nigga sound like he about to jump out the window and shit. But hey, I was like, hey, I gotta get it together. But yeah, I mean,
sometimes you need that though, man. Sometimes you got kind of let the steam off a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm kind of glad that I made mention of it on the pod, because I think a lot of times we be in denial and be like, no, man, I ain't depressed, man. I ain't.
Yeah.
It's okay to be going through some things, and at the same time, you might be depressed, my nigga. So,
hey, for real, man. For real, I've been there.
I'd rather admit to it than be delusional, and then y'all be like, man, I don't know what happened to Jason, man. That nigga just started busting off on folks and shit. You like, damn.
Walking down the street talking to himself. But rapping songs in Lebanese.
With a dog leash in my hand with no dog. Oh, Jason, where's the dog? Huh? What?
Come on here. Right. Come on. Man, like, what dog is that, bro? Nah, trying to send that man to Charles the Lakeside somewhere.
But I say I've been doing pretty good, and getting man. The love and the well wishes from yesterday. The nigga birthday and everything. Man, hey, I'm gonna have to start throwing my cash app out there, my nigga, because I didn't even think about that shit.
You bet. Hey, on my birthday, I'm so doing this. I'm so doing it. I don't care what nobody say.
Anybody who's listening, cash app me. $JWILLDOES. That's JWILLDOESIT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's correct.
Send my homeboy something, a little change, you know what I'm saying? Just show him that, get a black man some encouragement, you know what I'm saying? A few dollars. It
was my born day yesterday. I mean, I'm sure when you hear this probably be on Wednesday, but my B-day was on the 12th, so show got some love, maybe a little 5 spots. $1, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever you may give your reverend on Sunday.
Oh, don't say that.
No,
don't say that because you might not get nothing.
What I was trying to think of too was what the Reverend said on Coming to America about I can't even remember it now, but something about we like to have the kind that folds. We don't want that jangling. We want the ones
that folds. We want the kind that folds.
That comes together. In amen.
The kind that folds. I bet not try to raise them off nowhere. They'd be putting chicken bones and
napkins.
And napkins and
phone numbers. Hey, call me. Oh boy. Right. What's been good with you? I see you you're drinking the cola again.
Yeah, but this it ain't just cola this time.
Or is it like some knee-high cola?
No. No. Knee-high Park cola is what it is.
Nigga, what are you shopping? Are you at like are you at like Save-A-Lot and Aldi's or something? Is this Aldi drink? I mean, because the mom and pop store, at least they got BK that's that nigga like, I'm drinking River Park Cola. You're like, River Park Cola? Who is this? This nigga got a Kirkland's drink. He got a Kirkland's. This nigga got a Kirkland's Cola.
That's on fire too. We got all kind of fizz in it. Super strong.
About to burn all your nose hairs up.
You can put this in a put this under the science project and create a volcano with this stuff.
This nigga ain't gonna have no stomach lining left.
Nah, man, this is a clear up acid reflux, man.
I imagine so. Your whole esophagus gone. Oh man. What's been good with you, man?
Man, everything been good, man.
Before we gonna get started with the shenanigans.
Everything been good, man. Just man, working, run this company and trying to do my thing, man. Trying to stay off, stay out the way, as everybody say.
I'm trying to get like you, man.
Nah, you ain't trying to get like I'm trying to get like you. I don't know what you talking. I'm trying to get like you.
I'm trying to get these businesses popping, man. Soon as I think I got the key finally. As soon as I find it, John, I'm passing the baton, my nigga.
Hey, you know how it work, man. You know how it work, man. You everything is a flip. Everything is a flip. Everything is a flip into something else, man. Always looking at the next step, looking at the next level, looking at the next process, focusing on right now, making right now happen, but you already got tomorrow and the day after that in mind. So that's all I'm doing, man. That's all I'm doing, man.
And my mind's shooting like this.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, it ain't just shooting in one direction. Like, it's like a squirrel, but at the same time, it's my idea that I know it's finna be popping. They all kind of coincide, but at the same time, it's like, oh, squirrel.
Yeah.
Like I came up and showed you that logo real quick.
Yeah. Sometimes, man, you just have to pull yourself back in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of narrow things down. Because I'll be the same way. I'm a little more laid back with it, but, man, like, I'll be up at night.
Yep.
Like writing stuff down, listening to music, which provoke, like it spurns creativity for me. So sometimes I wake up, man, I'm like, man, I need to do this, need to do this, need to do this. Man, I know this can happen. And sometimes I just had to reel myself in and be like, okay, let's focus on this, and this, or this one thing that you can break off into 3 different things. And exactly. So, man, I experienced the same thing, man. Hey, let me run and get some ice right quick. I'll be right back. Before we get started.
All right.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. So you know what? Might as well go on get into it.
There we go.
What's good? It was good. I am your host. Yeah. I am your host. Jason J. Will does it. And I got my guy, Mr.
Ivan the Great is me.
The Grizzly. The Great.
That would be me.
So
the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time. The greatest Ivan of all time.
The Grizzly. Now, while we were just talking about listening to music and everything like that, that's what sparked a few ideas for me over the weekend. So listening to some music, I was getting up on, we was finna get into back to this debate about T.I. 50 Cent, right?
Yep.
So I think most of the people who I've been listening to are pretty much New York biased. But at the same time, these are a lot of influencer people who are up in that area who are saying these things. And I'm like, man, I think these folks really be sleep. They really sleeping on T.I. And then I come to the point when I was listening to T.I., he was like, I really want Jay, but he know Jay-Z is not going to step down to that level to even have to entertain that contest like that.
Right.
So he was like, I want to go. He's like, I know 50 Cent will entertain the shenanigans a little bit, but he really want Jay. And me personally, he'll wash 50 Cent.
Oh yeah,
this is. I mean, if we could doing 20 songs, 50 Cent got how many songs on Get Rich or Die Trying? 12?
I think it's something like 12 or 13 or something like that. Yeah, on that first album, yeah. And it's probably
any of those 12. T.I. has 12 songs to get that shit out of there.
I mean, think about what you just said though. You used Get Rich or Die Trying, right?
That's his only album that's really popular.
Yeah, because
and maybe one of his mixtapes or something like that.
Maybe the mix. See, here's the thing. When you think about a versus battle, you think of like this body of work, right? And mainly we talking about hits, like records.
I ain't even think we are the Off on a Tangent podcast.
Oh,
I ain't saying none of that, man. Oh my goodness,
what is wrong with us?
I'm just wilding out here. Excuse me, viewers, listeners. Let me just pause before we even just jump on. I just remember I did not really just introduce all of ourselves. We are the Off on a Tangent podcast. As you can see, we are already off on a tangent about T.I. versus 50 Cent. But we want to say thank you for taking your time and listening to us while Sam drinks this Kirkland's cola. And as you can see, we already with the shits. So, but yeah, I don't think people give T.I. his props, my nigga. Man, real talk, man. You cannot name an album that he has come out with that is bullshit.
All right, so to piggyback on what you just said, let's walk it down real quick. So first of all, let me start with 50.
Now, not saying he don't have good music. He does.
Right, yeah, absolutely. 50 Cent is like, 50 Cent is a legend. He's a legend. Seriously, he's a legend. And reason being is his ability
which is finna open up a whole nother conversation in a second too, but go,
yeah. Which 50 did something that a lot of rappers try to do but can't get done. He came out going at the top right off the bat. Like he came out with How to Rob, going after everybody. Pun, Jay, not whoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That hunger, that monster mentality. I don't care if I talk about who, it don't matter who I talk about. I'm coming at you. I'm going to get your attention. And he did it, and he got everybody's attention. Him being able to hook up with Dre right off the bat, we already know how that turned out. Anybody that comes out, anybody that Dre co-signs, their career is pretty much set, to be honest. Like, there's no question about that. Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic. It's actually one of my favorite records. It's one of my favorite albums, like, honestly.
It is. From 50, yes.
Yeah, from 50. It's one, I mean, it's probably, I mean, that album is almost, I mean, you got everything on there. You got gangster, you got, you got funny stuff. You got stuff for the ladies. You got kind of emotional type of stuff, whatever, his experiences in the street, all of that. You got a little bit of everything. You got club bangers. I mean, In the Club is just a classic. It is a classic club banger song. I mean, it's called In the Club. It's literally called In the Club. So, then after that, because of his appeal, he branched out into a lot of other things, right? Which was the plan anyway. You know what I mean? You can let me know if I'm getting off here, Jay, at all. So really, you had his mixtapes, which his mixtape is what set the stage for Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right.
Now, after Get Rich or Die Trying, what was the second album? Was it Valentine's? Was it the Massacre? I think it was.
The Massacre.
The Massacre after that. The Massacre, most artists typically struggle on a sophomore, right? Because the first album is usually a lot of guys, if the first album is a classic, they struggle to match that energy on the second one, right? So the Massacre it wasn't meh, but it couldn't match what Get Rich or Die Trying did. So
it was Get Rich or Die Trying, The Massacre, and then Curtis.
So you got bangers on all of those. You got radio hits on all of those.
Right.
And then you got him featured on other songs, him G-Unit stuff outside of that. So, credit to 50 for doing his thing, setting the tone for kind of bringing New York back at that particular time as far as that grimy street type of thing.
I mean,
in a way, okay.
No, I'm just looking at the songs that's on the album. So, all right, I don't know, man. New York, real talk, man. What this conversation finna delve into, New York really love their fucking artists to the point where.
Well, that's New York, though.
Like, some niggas be trash.
You realize that that's New York. So, at the point we're in now, at the point we have been probably the last 10, 15 years, maybe even 20 years, once Nas and Jay both went as far as appeal went, so after and real quick, after Big and Pac died, there was this merge, right? We had East and West, but there was this merge of music where everybody kind of was like, okay, enough of the beef. Let's all kind of start working together. Because they didn't work together before, remember? They didn't really, people from the South didn't work with East Coast folks. East Coast didn't work with West Coast, so forth. So after they died, then people started kind of like, come on, let's kind of do some, let's collaborate, right? So Nas, that's Queens, Jay's Brooklyn, Biggie's gone, Big L's gone, Pun's dead. So Jay takes the game to a whole nother level, which it goes global at that point, right? So not only he's no longer just the king of New York, he's Hova, right? He's at the top of the game. So Snoop has kind of done the same thing West Coast wise, Snoop is kind of gone to that next level. He's doing stuff with Martha Stewart, whatever. 50 comes up behind Jay, right? You got Kanye that's coming right at the same time, Chicago up north. Around the same time, down south,
okay,
T.I.'s doing his thing. Luda's doing his thing. Outkast is still doing their thing, which Outkast have been doing their thing, right? But now I'm finna go into the South. I gotta say this. T.I. did for the South what Jay-Z did for New York. T.I. is the Jay-Z of the South. When T.I. crowned himself King of the South, everybody backed him up. Everybody from South backed him up. They got behind him and said, you know what, you calling yourself the King of the South? Now it's time for you to act like the King of the South.
Yeah.
And I remember him telling this story, and just follow me for a minute. When T.I. did that, though, T.I. did that knowing that he had already put in the work. His T.I.'s mixtapes are classics.
Yes.
Flat out classics.
And that's what I'm about to get. I'm like, dude.
Classics, dude.
I'm listening to, well, I was on like
trap music.
I'm listening to a playlist of T.I. songs, right? Their top tracks. So just beginning to end, like, dude, this nigga got music for days. Even if it's not my favorite song, it's somebody else's favorite song. And he got songs with like your favorite artist.
Somebody else's favorite song.
Hold on for a second. Is that my connection or yours?
I'm not getting anything.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's just me. My bad. But yeah, so I'm just listening to it and I'm like you got What You Know About That.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Whatever You Like. Yeah. So he always have songs. He got songs for the girls. He got songs for the trappers, for the guys. He got all of those songs. And all of them songs are probably better than your best rapper in New York.
Absolutely.
ASAP. Who got any song to go against ASAP?
Nobody. Not 50. 50 ain't got nothing to go against ASAP.
Nothing. Actually, ASAP probably shutting like 3 or 4 other songs that he could play ASAP 4 times in a row and will still squash any other song that nigga will play.
You know what's interesting about that? So, you got ASAP.
I'm gonna blow a nigga off the map ASA. Man, get the fuck out of here.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is if even just looking at Tip's charisma and his personality, he's one of the ones that 50 doesn't bother him. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 can't get under T.I.'s skin at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like anything that he would be able to do. 50 can't get under T.I.'s skin. You know what I'm saying?
So, if you think about this though, 50 Cent has lost all of his battles against down south artists. If you think about it, every down south artist he shot at, it missed, and he like, well, okay, that didn't work.
He tried Wayne, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
He tried
and he can say it ain't no beef, but that nigga was invested in that damn Rick Ross beef. That nigga was wearing a wig and all this other type of shit.
Oh yeah. The Rick Ross beef, real quick. He went at Rose, and it was almost like Rose was expecting it. Now, one thing I'll say about Rick Ross is he's a very savvy. He's a student of music. Like he is. He been in the game for a lot longer than people realize. Like he was signed to Ball and G back in the day. So Rick Ross has been around for a long, long time.
And he used to write for Trina.
And he used to write for Trina. Excellent writer. Excellent writer. When he shot at Rose, it was almost like Rose was like, "Oh, I've been waiting on you." Because he had shot at Wayne. Wayne wouldn't respond to him. But Wayne got too many hits for him. Wayne was like, really? Wayne didn't even have to say nothing to him, right?
Right.
So when he shot at Rose and he pulled all that stuff out, Rose was like, "Oh, okay. Dude, you doing stuff that kids do. Like, you talking about baby mamas and all that type of stuff? Come on, give me something else. Like, this is what we do in the South. This is what we do. Like, this is what we do on a regular basis. So give me something new." So he tried it. He tried his best. It took Rose to the next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It took Rose to the next level.
And then 50 Cent just faded out and you didn't even hear nothing else about it. You like,
it just went away.
And you ain't heard New York say nothing about like he took an L or nothing. And see, this is what I'm talking about, this damn bias.
And 50 did take an L.
He took a big L.
He sure did.
A big L.
And Rose was still dissing him like a couple albums later. He was still dissing him.
They still slick diss each other back and forth on the slick.
Yeah. And New York ain't saying a word
at all.
You know what I love about this?
It was somebody else he tried to battle from down south. I can't remember. He took an L on that joint.
He might have shot at Luda or somebody, because he tried a couple people and they didn't really bite. There was a couple people he shot at that really didn't bite, and then Rose was like, "Oh, okay, I've been waiting on you. Come on, let's do it." Because Wayne didn't bite. I think he might have tried. I'm not sure. I think he might have tried Luda or somebody.
Was it T.I.?
But
did he try?
It might have been T.I. It might have been Tip. He might have tried Tip at one point in time because he was shooting off on a lot of music at that time. You know, he was calling out some people. You know, dropping some subs a little bit, and some music or whatever. You know what I mean? But I think what happened was, as far as New York goes, and shout out to New York, by the way. Like it's the mecca of hip hop. Always gonna be that. We're just speaking from a competitive standpoint. When the South kind of took the reins, so to speak. You know, and even Jay talked about it. Like Jay rapped about it. Jay was like, you know, New York had it, the West Coast had it, now down South got it, and they holding on to it and done had it, and you know what I'm
saying? Down South, like we got your bitch and we pimping your girlfriend like that. You ain't never getting this bitch back, nigga.
See, that's the interesting thing about this. Once we get some, we pretty much get it.
We gonna pimp that bitch.
We pretty much get it.
Welcome to Down South, ho.
You ask Jay Prince and Tony Draper about that. Shout out to both of the legends. The legends. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how we tend to operate. Tip, for example, has brought music out year after year, 3-4 different. I mean, he probably charted, I don't know the exact chart numbers, but he's probably charted music. And for a span of several years, he probably had #1 albums like every year, for probably 4 or 5 years, if not, you know what I'm saying, every other year. So when you put an album out and literally on the album, you have 7-8 songs playing on the radio at one time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Out of 13, maybe, you really that's an album. That's a real album. And then when you are able to be compared to a Jay-Z, when you are compared to the legends of hip hop, like overall, like you got to get him, man. Like I don't understand why people don't give T.I. his respect like that. Like they give him respect, but as far as like being one of the top in the game, like T.I. got my respect, not just because he's from the South, but just simply because of what he's been able to do. Inside and outside of the music.
The other thing, okay, the nigga got to fight with Floyd Mayweather. Which one of your favorite rappers ever got to fight with a fucking boxer and live to talk about the very next day? Not knotted up, not with a fat lip, none of that shit.
Where they at though?
He stepped to the nigga.
Where they at though? That was funny.
He went and stepped to the nigga.
That man stepped to Floyd. This man stepped to one of the greatest boxers of all time
about his gal. He was like, nigga, hey, no. I don't give a fuck who you is. What's good?
Dude.
I'm good with my hands too, nigga. What?
That was.
And went on live the very next day. It was like,
y'all said I had a black eye. But where they at though? Where they at though?
Exactly. Like,
shout out to Tip, man. Shout out to Tip. Hey, that's my.
And you know what?
Boy, man.
And came out with a song about him, dissing him, called Fuck Nigga.
So did.
He made a song dissing Floyd Mayweather called Fuck Nigga.
You know we share the same birthday.
Now, mind you, I'm not trying to curse. This is the name of the song. This is the name of the song.
Yes, it is. That's the name of the song.
So not only did he step to the nigga and put hands on him, he followed and doubled down with publicly putting out a song dissing the nigga. Which one of your rappers do that?
Nobody.
Who got a song for Top Back? Who got a song for Rubber Band Man? Rubber Band Man.
Wireless Taliban. 9 in my right, 45 in my other hand.
Nigga.
Dude.
Who has a song for Rubber Band? Again, he can play that song 4 times.
Yeah, he can play it 4 times.
Man. Who got a song for 24s?
Nobody.
Who got a who got a song for Let's Get Away? Hey, let's get away. Man, let's get a room on the other side of town.
Yeah. That's Tip.
Shit. Who got some shit for Let's Get Away? Then he got a song called Memories. Do you remember the song called Memories? He had a song. It was like Memories back then. It had B.O.B. and Kendrick Lamar on that joint.
Yep, and K-Dot on it, yep.
Okay, so if you on a song with lyricists, my thing is when he do features or other rappers be on songs with him, you know of his verse more than the lyricist's verse. Now, I just said he on that jump with B.O.B. and Kendrick Lamar.
What about Live Your Life with Rihanna?
Who has something for that?
What about Big Things Poppin'?
Now, I was not that big of a fan of Big Things Poppin', but it was a dope. It was a like a number one.
And we ain't even got to talk about what you know. What you know about that? What you know about?
Hey, he got Now he got a song where he was like, "Watch what you say to me" with Jay-Z.
Yep.
Guess who verses I remember? Now, mind you, I'm not finna be blasphemous and say that Jay did not put no dope verse on that song. That was a dope ass verse.
Yeah, it was.
But if you pull that verse up and you listen to that song, he come and pop off about some nigga that he bust somebody's head wide open. And he was like, and this is the moral of the story. Watch what you say. Like, nigga, keep fucking with me. Jay come in and say his verse, and T.I. followed back with another verse.
With another verse. Yep.
So not saying that Jay-Z wasn't dope, but it was like T.I. like, hey man, shit, I'm still just as dope as you, my nigga.
Hey, that's what I like about Tip, right? So anytime you see Tip on a record, he
got
always
a song with Eminem.
Yeah, he got a song with M. Like Tip got songs with Tip got a song with Common. You know what I'm saying? Like Tip got a joint with Common. Like that's what tripped me out. Tip got on a joint with Common. Tip got Rose. Tip got Wayne. He got
a song called Sorry with Andre 3K.
He got
and they busting out 32 bar verses.
Yeah. Like ridiculous. Like straight up. Like one of my joints, like one of my favorite joints, because I'm looking at it now. So one of my favorite joints, I'm looking for it.
Man, you finna make me go pull up I'm Sorry real quick. Why you doing it?
So I'm Sorry, is that the one?
Well, Andre 3000, and he talking about hold on. I can't believe you don't know this, man.
See, I know I've heard it. I know I've heard it. Oh no, the one that I really like. What is it? The
Man, that's hard, man. And it's like he want to let you know, hey man, I got wordplay while I kick this big word shit that y'all say I don't know the words to, nigga. I got it.
Hold up. It's one joint that I love from him. It's the golly, what's the hold on. I gotta look it up. And my bad
What
for
should I be sorry for? Who should I be sorry to?
Yeah.
Who should I be sorry for? That song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Man, this shit hard, man.
So I tell you what. What's your favorite?
He started that jump on like my cup runneth over with Pinot Grigio. Hold up, man.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. I ain't finna just rap the whole verse, man. Just pull it up in you, and you can be like, damn, I ain't even know he had this song.
No, I'm gonna tell you what song I like from him. The Amazing Mr. F Up.
Is that with The Dream?
Yeah, I think it's with The Dream. No, I think Victoria Monet too. Yeah.
Then that nigga, I'll put like this. Do you remember when that nigga had the beef with Lil Flip?
Yes, when he pulled up on Lil Flip.
On Lil Flip. He's like, you know what? Nah, fuck this. So you made you put me in a little leprechaun outfit, huh? You did. I'm finna go ahead and ride on out here.
Yep.
Pulled up in Houston.
So did. Went even his neighborhood. Pulled up.
He was like, fuck this talking shit. I'm finna go to your hood, see what's good.
Yep. I think, man, I love trap music. I love Urban Legend. That's a classic.
And before anybody say where was I talking all this shit when I named my 50 artists, Trust and Believe, T.I. was on my top 50 artists list. Yeah, Trust and Believe, my nigga.
Yeah. King is probably my favorite. It's hard, but King is probably my favorite.
He got too many favorite songs on your like. Hold on, let me. I gotta pull up. I gotta pull up his discography real quick because of the simple fact is like it's one album where you like, damn, all of them Johnsons on one album alone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you got What You Know, Ride With Me, Why You Wanna, Get It, Top Back is on there, I'm Straight is on there, Stand Up Guys on there. Good Life is on there. Hello is on there. That's on the King album. If you go to Paper Trail, that's the one with 56 bars on there. But Ready for Whatever, On Top of the World, Live Your Life, Whatever You Like.
Urban Legend is the joint.
Yeah, it's probably Urban Legend. And I mean, on this one, Swagger Like Us is on there. Like, he got 5, probably 4 number one songs on, if not 5 or 6 number one songs on every album he has. So 50 don't have, but 50 ain't got but 3 albums. Like, why is this even a conversation?
His catalog will not withstand any of that. Yeah. Even if you bring G-Unit stuff up. We forget this nigga got his own clique. T.I. Grand Hustle. Young Dro.
And he got the entire
all of them. Well, yeah. And then that's where you delve into the other. Name any New York artist. And I bet you I can name a better group from Atlanta. Or from the South.
So okay, I'm gonna give you. So I'll tell you what real quick.
Now, go ahead. And real talk. I'll just say this: Outkast in the Dungeon Family is better than Wu-Tang Clan.
Well, that may not be a fair comparison. And the reason why I say that. Hold on. The reason why I say
click for click.
No, not really. Not really. Because Outkast has made music, like Outkast has made Outkast music. Goody Mob made Goody Mob music. But
they are the Dungeon Family.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't make. You have to look at Wu-Tang made their entire careers were all together, pretty much.
Okay.
As far as Wu-Tang goes, Meth broke off and did his thing. Everybody not everybody. Everybody kind of broke off and did their thing. But they all kind of had separate careers after the establishment of Wu-Tang. Outkast came out separately. Then Goody Mob came out. And then Sleepy came out later. The Dungeon Family collective
is still the collective is still better than the Wu-Tang Clan collective.
I can agree with that. No, I will agree with that.
That's why I said the Dungeon Family.
Yeah, I would.
That's why I said Outkast, because everybody don't understand and realize that Outkast is a part of the Dungeon Family. So,
absolutely.
If you also think about it, hello people, Future is a part of the Dungeon Family. Young Thug is also a part of the Dungeon Family. So really? I just want people to realize this. Yes.
Hold on, wait a minute. Say that one more time.
He's a part of the Dungeon Family.
Who, Young Thug and Future are?
Yes.
How? I'm not disagreeing. I'm just asking because I may have missed it somewhere.
He's been birthed up. Definitely, Future been birthed up through coming up from the Dungeon Family. He's been, if I'm not mistaken, he's made music with them before. In the Dungeon Family.
But so I'm saying, did he come specifically out of the Dungeon Family? Like, did they?
Yes.
Was he like somebody's understudy or younger brother or something that came out of them? I never knew that.
Yes.
That's a new one for me. I didn't know that.
Has made music in the Dungeon.
See, I didn't know that. That's a new one for me.
But even if you take them away, still.
Man, listen. So, because I don't want to get too far because I know we got some other stuff to cover, but we have to talk about if 50 Cent battles anybody that has more than, if 50 Cent battles anybody that has more than 3 albums of good music, he's gonna lose.
That's why I don't think he's gonna take this battle. He's the one that kind of provoked it a little. Like I think kind of provoked it, and that's what I'm saying is that in totality, 50 doesn't really have the body of work that T.I. has. Like T.I.'s got classic albums. 50's got one classic album because The Massacre is not a classic. His first album probably is. Yeah, his first album is.
The Massacre is not it's not. And Curtis is definitely not.
He made sure to only have like maybe 2 or 3 good singles that plays through the year. But he does not have a whole album. No.
And it's the other stuff that he's done outside of music, of course. And T.I.'s done stuff outside of music too. That's what's so crazy. He's done movies. He's done TV shows.
He's done movies. He's been an activist. This nigga been to jail 3 times and still coming out with dope ass fucking music. What the fuck excuse can your New York artist say and do?
Okay, case closed. T.I. wins this battle, hands down. There's no question.
Hell, Lil Wayne been to jail 2 or 3 times and came back with dope albums and smash your other artists' music.
Yeah. Real talk.
Now, again, I am not dissing New York music because I grew up off of that pretty much. Outside of 3-6 Mafia, if it wasn't 3-6 Mafia and Project Pat, I'm listening to Jay-Z, Mace, The Diplomats. But when you start thinking, when you come back and look back at your own down south discography, A-Ball, MJG, and all that other type of stuff, you're like, dude, who fucking with Ball and G?
I mean,
but
it's
again,
so hard because
I think, have they not done a song with T.I.?
Who, Ball and G?
I want to say Ball has.
I'm pretty sure at least Ball has. I'm pretty sure they have. Like, I'm pretty sure.
But I'm kind of little. I've been kind of like a little perturbed by them not putting no respect on my nigga name. By like, hey man, I got songs with some of your favorite artists, and I stand 10 tall next to your favorite artist, if not better than your favorite artist.
Correct. Agreed. 1000%.
Like, you have to respect that nigga. That I want to say that man got what, like 12, 13 albums?
Who? I was just looking at them. If you talking about if you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11.
Yes.
11. Well, no. What 10 was Dime Trap. Dime Trap was 10.
Yeah, but that's not including his mixtapes though.
Then he had the Us or Else album.
Yep.
Then he had that little EP, The Nick, which was another dope. Man, see, like I said, people are. I was sitting up there listening to. I can't think of the name of it, but the dude Ebro in the morning, and they was talking about it, and they really were saying that T.I. would lose to 50 Cent. I'm like, dude, you are nuts.
Them dudes, you know what's so funny about like Ebro?
Like, you are so biased on this New York wave, my nigga.
They so biased. But you know what's funny? They're biased, and they don't even realize. Well, they realize they're biased, but they don't even realize that literally what they're saying is basically so outdated when in terms of music.
It's like
they're still talking. They're still talking about New York.
Like,
hold on. They're still talking about New York like it's 93. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's funny when I hear it. Like, I just laugh at it sometimes because I'm like, literally, y'all, like, New York ain't had it, like, since probably 99, 98 or something. Like,
and even then, the South was still up there.
Y'all still living in the past, man. Like, let it go. Like,
listening to them say that is like listening to niggas tell somebody like, "Hey, man, yo, get with that nigga over here." No, man. Hey, I respect what the nigga doing over there, but no, he ain't got my gal. My nigga, he got your gal. No. He ain't better than me.
Yeah.
Sir. Yo, bitch is gone.
She been gone at that.
Like, dude, like,
yeah.
50 Cent has one album and two possibles.
Not even two possibles, one possible. Because Curtis was some garbage. The Massacre was, like, we thought the Massacre was going to be like the second coming of like, you know, like we thought the Massacre was going to be like, after we heard Get Rich or Die Trying, we were like, oh, the Massacre is going to, like, we already know 50 going to follow. It's going to be a killer. He was like, what? Like, it was all right. Like,
and another L I just thought about he took, and though people talk about get swept on the rug, he got washed by the game.
Okay. All right.
Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about him getting washed by the game.
You know what's funny? 50's got washed a couple times.
So, and the only way he tried to make his way out of it, he's like, who cares? I'm making money. I'm still making money off those albums. Okay, nigga, you still took an L though. It might be a win for you financially, but he watched you and your G-Unit crew. The whole crew.
All of them. Because guess what? He ain't got a hit maker he ain't got a hit maker one out of any of three of them dudes. He ain't got a hit maker, not one
and
hit maker.
He kind of salty about that too.
I know. Because Lloyd Banks had that first album. He had like 2 songs on the album that got radio play. All right. That On Fire was a hit. It was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Buck did some stuff. Buck did some more underground stuff that, you know, down south we were familiar with. But Buck really didn't, like, they making fun of him now. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to say,
you know, there wasn't, nah. And did Tony Yayo even rap? He just a hype, man. He's a Flavor Flav.
Pretty much Flavor Flav came out with that album.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say something that people kind of scoff at me when I say it, but I don't think people realize his prowess, I will say. And that's Young Dro. I had him on my top 50 list.
Dro, man.
People looked at me like I'm crazy. Dro will wash some of them niggas in. Okay, all right.
Like,
everybody forget Shoulder Lean was a Dro song, not T.I. song.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Dro song. Yeah, it was Dro. Yeah. You know, I like Dro.
Dro.
I like Dro.
Dro just didn't give a fuck. He didn't want to be in the studio. He was like,
that's what I'm saying.
He just that type of nigga. But
yeah, like a lot of them type of dudes they're super talented. They just not committed to the process because they still, you know, they still doing the other thing or whatever. So, I mean, it could have been like the same thing with Biggie. It could have been the same thing with Jay. It could have been, you know, the same thing with a lot of other guys. Like they had their other thing going on, and somebody had to really get to them and be like, hey, man, focus on the music and tell your story. But the fact that at the same time, like,
what I'm saying is bar for bar, can't nobody mess with Dro, is what I'm saying though.
You said can't nobody mess with him, or can't because it's kind of a bold statement right there. I just want to make sure you clarify that.
Okay. And I
you said nobody?
I bet you T.I. will say the exact same thing.
You said nobody can mess with Dro bar for bar?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
From
I'm not gonna argue with that.
We're talking about from New York, because right now we're talking about T.I. We're talking about T.I. versus up top, as he would say.
Okay.
Because right now we're discussing, like he's saying anybody outside of Jay-Z or 50 Cent really cannot mess with him if we're talking about catalogs and good music and being a good lyricist on top of all of that. Who's been able to supply good music, like 3 and 4 tart choppers per album, while providing good lyrics, good content, and still selling millions of copies. It ain't too many of them who's like that.
It's not too many
because if you're a lyricist, you don't sell that many albums.
No, it depends on if you're a lyricist, it depends on the timing that you come out and how, like what you put out prior to that. Because there's a lot of folks that are lyricists, but they've been out for so long, they've gone mainstream, they're doing other stuff. Their name is out there a little more, and they typically, because of maybe they did a movie or they did a soundtrack or whatever, then people recognize them. But I mean, I agree with that, from the beginning on a lower level. Like, I mean, they're doing good, but they're not charting, and you know what I'm saying? They're not like,
they're not chart topping.
Yeah, they're not chart topping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because people typically don't, as far as like club bangers, they typically don't look for lyrics. They're just looking for what's gonna make,
so he can provide a club banger with lyrics in the club banger.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. He has any type of genre that he has a song for.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, when I'm speaking about Dro, this nigga can rap.
Yeah, Dro can definitely rap. Dro can rap. 100% agree with that.
Okay. All I'm saying is, if you don't believe me, just go and listen to some of his music and you'll be like, okay, bet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think, I think that what we have to do is really start looking at Southern rappers and say, from the perspective of Southern rap, like, who's really the lyricist, right? Because in all honesty, in my opinion, Scarface is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. That's easy. It's easy. It's easy.
Great storyteller, I would say. I don't know about lyrics. I ain't a big Face fan like that. I ain't a big Scarface fan.
No, sir. You have to be a lyricist to tell story and music to make it make sense. Another great lyricist from the South. In actuality, we talk a lot about 3000, but Andre Patton is that dude lyrically, man. It's just Big Boy is a lyricist. Big Boy is a lyricist. Like, there's no question about that. But he's He's so funny and witty that a lot of people miss it because he's funny. He's very witty. I'm gonna give you another lyricist. Easy Money lyricist. A-Ball is a lyrical genius.
And he gets slept on.
A-Ball is a lyrical genius.
Classic album is lost.
God.
Classic album is lost.
Classic album.
I love Lost.
Classic album. I mean, the storytelling. So one particular song, Mr. Big, right?
Right.
He's telling this story. You know what I'm saying? When the song starts, he's telling the story about how, like, man, you know, I ain't had nothing. I was broke. You know, the song I ain't got to go into. Right. But he tells a story how he came to be. So
I was broke as a motherfucker. My life ain't no ends.
Had no ends to live.
Like, me.
Like
my job at Mickey D's was fucking me with no grease.
Like that's bomb.
Yeah.
That, and so that's something that I think that the South in particular and Memphis in particular.
I had to get a job. I had to rob, nigga.
You know what I mean? And lyrically, another artist from the South I had to give.
Man, what
was definitely Ludacris.
I forgot that nigga had a song with Redman. A-Ball.
Who was that? Yeah.
I forget, man. Yeah, that was a dope song too. He had a song with Redman called Coffee Shop. That was a hard song too.
Yeah. I have not seen one song yet.
Actually, that was a triple disc album. I thought it was a double disc. I forgot about this shit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for that song where he was talking about he was sleeping with his partner's girlfriend. What was that song? What was the name?
Oh yeah, it was called My Partner's Girl. I think it was My Friend's Girl or something like that. I think that's what it was called, My Friend's Girl. Yeah,
that joke was hard, man. That whole story was hard. I was like, dude, you know what, man? I lived that story. I was like, no, I'm just playing. These are jokes.
Nah, you was laughing. There wasn't no laughter from being funny. There
my
was
homeboy's
guilt.
What?
There was guilt. There was guilt laughter.
That's a long story, but yeah, it has happened.
Let's not tell it.
It's happened.
So which one were you? Were you the homeboy or were you?
He was no longer my homeboy.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe that's different. It's called No. Then you come out with a song called No Longer My Homeboy. Oh man. So, sir,
speaking of.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Speaking of, let's be entangling. Let the entangling begin. Yes.
Hey, man. Hey, look. Hold on, man.
Oh, man.
So before we just really jump into this, let me say the fallout on social media has been ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. For a couple reasons. One, because now I'm seeing, so since I'm single now, I'm really seeing who I'm not going to date.
Hey, thank you for paying. Hey, yes. That's what I've been trying to, that's why I just say, just be patient, sir. They will reveal themselves. You're like, oh, okay. Shoe fly. Bye, bitch.
I'm like reading the comments and I'm like, she's pretty nice. And I read some of the comments. I'm like, oh my God, ma'am, you have no morals or no values. No, not you. I can't believe it. No, you too? No, what about you? Oh my God, all of you.
He's like,
none of you, all of you are savages. Let me.
I got her name. Okay. I listen like, boom.
I'm like, oh my God. Then a lot of dudes are so upset because they're like,
you know why I'm upset?
Go ahead.
I'm upset because if I had known all I needed to say was, baby, I was in an entanglement. Nigga! Oh my God.
No. See, it wouldn't work for you.
Because do you know that there was two things that I noticed in this whole thing? Well, three things. One, she didn't apologize publicly. Let's put that one out there. There was no apology.
No, she sure didn't.
Two, she admitted but didn't admit at the same time by calling it an entanglement. And then she doubled down and followed by saying, you know what? I don't even really think this is a transgression. She was like, I don't really think it's a transgression. I don't really, you know what? I was at a healing point and I was while healing someone. Nigga, I would have loved to tell someone like, baby, I was not in my right mind. I was healing. And at this point, I just wanted to feel good because I did not feel so great at home. Do you know nigga want to get this like, look at me, fuck that nigga. And she, at the same time, she took up for the nigga while Will is standing in front of her. Like, I don't think he was a homewrecker. He was just taking up for himself. So I just want to put that out there that he was not being a homewrecker. He was like, this nigga is taking up for the bitch. That's just like me taking up for the bitch that I got caught sleeping with. My girl would be like, Jason, I know you are not taking up for this bitch that you fucked off with. Word? And it's not, and you did mess off? It's not a transgression? It was an entanglement. You call a relationship an entanglement?
And that's why Will kept saying that. Will was like, tell the people what happened. Like, he's like Will was like, nah, I'm not.
Let's not dance around this.
He's like, nah, let's not dance around this. What happened? What did you do? He asked her specifically. He says, what did you do?
And she said she said it was an entanglement.
And I got caught in an entanglement. He was like, entanglement. He started laughing. He was like, a relationship? And she was like, yes, a relationship. He was like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, entanglement? Like, really? So basically...
But just to let you know, this is what women use with us who aren't big up on the words, but like, oh, baby, it was just an entanglement. They were like, oh, okay, so you ain't suck his dick. All right, cool. And the other thing that tripped me out, when a woman uses words like girth and deep and shit like this in a conversation with you. Oh, my nigga, you probably wasn't standing up in it like a champ up in it. She let you know August was standing up in that thing like a champ. And then Will be like, I'm sorry, I did not have the girth that I should have within the relation. Like, dude, I don't even think you're using this right in the sentence. You weren't thick in the relationship, my nigga? You weren't wide enough in the relationship, my nigga? Is that what you're saying? Or maybe he was implying he wasn't big enough. But girth did not work nowhere within this conversation at all.
Man, you know it's so bad.
I was like, are they doing some puns on words for the day? What is going on?
You know it's so bad. You know it's the worst thing. The most terrible. You know what the most terrible thing about this is the fact that Will Smith, one of the greatest entertainers of our time, right? One of the greatest actors of our time, rather.
I already know. I think I know where you finna go with this.
When this is all said and done, if it wasn't Will Smith, it probably wouldn't even be a story. And I'll explain.
If it was Jada Pinkett, it would still be a story.
If it was Jada Pinkett married to
Buster Brown, it would still be a story.
It would, but it wouldn't be as big of a story. And so stay with me. Anytime you...
We've always wondered what that thing would do.
Yeah, but...
August Alsina came about that. It's magically delicious. Oh man, that nigga jumped up at that junk chasing the treats. Shit. Oh boy.
So I'm gonna say something, and you tell me if I'm wrong or not. Anytime a dude goes after another man's woman, it's really more so about his comparing himself to that other man than really being with that woman.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope just stay with me. Stay with me. Don't jump off the ship yet. See, you gotta pause for a second.
I mean, I'm listening. I'm just speaking out loud right now. I'm listening.
The male ego is more than just this Jada thing. I'm telling you, it's more than just that. When I told you I had another twist on it, I'm telling you, it's more than that.
Now,
No. Hold on. Let me finish.
I don't know. I can't agree with it because I think that was
let me finish.
Okay,
let me finish, my man. Let me finish.
You going over the river and through the woods?
No, I'm not. Stay with me. You got a young cat, 23. He's an entertainer. He's in the same field they in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith is Will Smith. And in the discussion, we all know who Will Smith is. In the discussion, it ain't nothing to say. It's Will freaking Smith, okay? You have access to Will Smith's wife, who happens to be Jada Pinkett, right? Smith. You attach Jada Pinkett and everything she's done to the situation. You know what's up with her, right? At the end of the day, my man, this is Will Smith's wife.
Okay.
You're a young dude. August Alsina is not the dream. He's not. August Alsina is not one of the top R&B artists right now. He wasn't one of the top R&B artists 10 years ago. He wasn't one of the top R&B artists 5 years ago. Okay, stay with me. It's more to it than just this Jada thing. I'm telling you, it's more to it than that. You got to remember, dudes, it's about male ego. You have access to this man's wife for whatever reason, however it happened, right? This woman is giving you attention. Listen to me, Jay. Don't tell me you don't know what this is about.
Man, sometimes you can just stumble upon some pussy, my nigga.
Sometimes you can, but no. This ain't no stumble. Not this case. This ain't no stumble.
I mean, how they tell the story? He came into the house. Their children invited him into the house because he was supposedly sick. He was sick.
Right, but he was friends with them. Stay with me, Jay. This is not what you can't fall into the Will Smith's house, dude. You can't just fall into their house.
He was invited.
He was invited. You have access to one of the top actors in the world and his wife, who everybody knows. You 23 years old. I don't care if you're on drugs or not. You at Will Smith's house, bruh, and you have the opportunity to spend time with Will Smith's wife? Come on, dog. You spending time with her, and you start to see yourself spend more time with her than he is, and you cool with his kids? Come on, dog. That's a pump to his ego. Man, he calling his boys. Man, guess who I hung out with last night? I'm hanging with Jada. I'm hanging with Jada Pinkett. Man, Will Smith wife? Come on, dog. You know how they talk? For real? Will cool with that? Oh, yeah, Will cool with that, man. We cool. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We cool. I'm cool with the family. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here hanging out with him. I'm going through my thing, right? Will cool with it. We talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Then as this relationship progresses with Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, this man's ego is definitely on 1,000. Dude, they separated. They broke up. I'm sleeping with Will Smith's wife.
You're saying it as if the intention, that was his intent. I'm saying
he didn't fall into anything. Okay. No, sir. He did not fall into anything.
So the expectation was I'm over here, I'm finna smash.
No, sir. He didn't fall into anything. Jada knew what she was doing when she was getting a hold to that dude. That's the situation where something just happened. It just happened and it kept going and going and going. No, it didn't just happen. These people can pick and choose. These are powerful people. They can pick and choose who they want to have access to them, who they want around them at any particular time. If it happened and something developed from that, she chose to allow that to happen. August, at the same time, bro, you got to remember this male ego, bro. You got to remember the male ego. I don't care how fragile this dude is. This man was sitting up at night like, man, I'm messing with Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith wife, and this dude ain't nowhere to be around.
But what point are you making with that?
The point I'm making is, bro, everybody's talking about Jada and Will. I'm talking about August. This is a push to his ego. You 23 years old and you messing with Jada Pinkett Smith? You think that ain't an ego boost?
Of course, but how do we get on this? We're talking about the entanglement.
It is a part of the entanglement, sir. That's a part of the entanglement. You think the outside dude don't talk? Come on, man. What
was in your Kirkland's cup, man?
Well, none of my Kirkland's cup. This is a part of the situation. If you stay with me and listen, you'll understand what I'm saying. The outside dude always gonna feel like he the better man because he the one that's getting chose. Come on now. Come on. It's always gonna be a conversation about I'm the better dude because I'm the one getting chose. And in this particular situation, this man 23, she 40 something.
But
obviously
although he was chose for the moment, she told him what it was when he come back. It ain't gonna be this no more.
Obviously, he wasn't listening to that. That's why he crying and singing like a bird right now. Obviously, he thought he was the new man because he talking about it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
He got that sunshine.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it was more than just the sunshine.
Hey, babe, I ain't coming home no more.
But it was more than just the sunshine. It was the fact that he thought that they were going to be together. Come on, man. Think about this.
She put emphasis on the really. She was like, we were really, really, really good friends. He was like, hold on, bitch. You putting these reallys. You didn't use too many reallys in here. You didn't use too many colorful words.
Way too many
really, we were really, really, really good friends.
Yeah, sure.
We're like,
I bet
yeah, all right. Enough with the reallys. Let's get to this discussion. Enough with all these reallys. Let's get to talking. I don't care how friendly y'all were.
Then Will was looking like, you know what? No, when he said, I'm going to get you back, she was like, you done already got me back.
So that's my question.
Oh, you got a point. Mm-hmm.
That's my question. I want to know what he did.
I don't want, you know what?
But at the same time, my other thing is this. All of this is pretty much like, hey, I told you in the first place. Okay, so this is one of them situations. Do you really listen to the nigga that you think is hating, but he's really peeping you the game? Like, hey, I don't know. Hey, you really shouldn't smash that nigga. He gonna be a problem. Whatever, nigga, you hate. This is an example of that. Will told her that he don't think that this would be a good idea for her to mess with, or even bring him into the house. And this is an example of that. Because now they business out in the street. He ain't had even the fact that she said, "Oh, you've already got me back." We don't even know because he keep his hoes quiet. Oh man.
Oh boy. Hey man, listen. Everybody keeps saying he keeping his quiet. Bruh.
Or he might not be doing nothing at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is it such a surprise that he might not be doing nothing at all? That's the other thing. Like, I've heard.
Well, somebody did show me something that he was sleeping with the chick that he was in there.
Man, look.
That movie where he was the superhero. Not the Hancock, but the other joint.
Look. Did he come on the red table talk about that? No. We haven't discussed about that. That's what we talking about. Like, everybody wants to deflect and say, well, Will must have did something for her to go do that. Like, what? Like, are we having a conversation about Will? Are we having a conversation about Jada and what she did with August? Like, this is confusing to me because if the shoe was on the other foot, we wouldn't be talking about what Jada did to provoke him to go do what he did. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. If that was a conversation, then that's what we would be talking about, right? So people are going and pulling out pictures like, okay, whatever. Obviously, if that was the case, then we would be having a conversation about Will Smith. And to be honest, though, if Will Smith had something going on while they were separated, you think we probably already know about it by now? Like, somebody would have said something about it by now.
Right.
Somebody would have said something about that, NDA or not. They'd have already said that. You know what I'm saying? People get caught out with people all the time. You know what I mean? So in this particular situation, you have this young guy who gets connected to this older lady. He's getting a lot from them. He's getting a lot from the family, so forth and so on. They develop a relationship. He falls in love with this lady. And she's basically like, look, I'm not leaving my husband. Like, real talk, I'm really not leaving this dude. And what me and you got going on is temporary. So they cut it off. He don't talk to her no more. She don't talk to him. Years later, he comes out and says, hey, I want to talk about this. And then he drops an album and starts selling T-shirts and masks at the same time, which is like the coolest, stupidest thing ever. So basically, he did this for publicity at the end of the day.
He's still kind of hot about it. I think he's still mad about it. Because doing that whole 15 minutes, he doing the whole little trying to hold his hands together. Like,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you get again. I saw that when she was doing the reallys. She was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. The reallys.
Yep. Yeah.
he kept holding his arm. And I'm like, man, this man probably about to jump over the table.
I mean, I kept telling people that this man was hurt and he was upset.
Oh,
like,
man.
He's an actor. He can do. I'm like, nah, this ain't acting. This is not acting. This is a man that is very upset. This is a man that's very hurt. This is a dude who thought this was done and over with. Like, because he even said, this is old. Like, this is not new. We've already been through therapy about this. We've already had this discussion. Why is it coming up again? You know what I'm saying?
Although they were talking about her transgressions, her business, she came off very
smug,
brazen and nonchalant. Yep. Like, it was only a few years ago. Like,
she don't care. She don't care. Yeah.
And I hated that bad marriage for life shit.
Well, Will and Jada are friends. Like, they're friends. So they joke and play and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was awkward as hell. And you could tell even after they did it, the awkward laugh that followed it. That joint was trash. It was corny as hell.
It was
bad marriage for life. Like, man, dude.
Man, look.
I don't know.
I don't either, man.
To me, how it looked to me, it looks like now, although Will joked about it, he's being emasculated in front of her while she's being nonchalant and brazen about it, talking about it in front of him. And he's just sitting there like where I gotta be on TV because yo side nigga wilding out. Okay. All right. Cause that's what this is. Her side nigga wilding out. Now I gotta be on TV with you, interviewing you, or you verbally talking about what you did.
You know what's so crazy, man?
Because of your side nigga.
Man, that's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy.
If the shoe was on the other foot, that would not fly. Hey, baby, I want you to interview me on live TV about me cheating on you. Nigga, you'll be on the news. Tonight, Shaquana has just shot.
Dude, see, that's the thing.
Man.
It's the double standard, man. It's the double standard.
Like, nigga, you cheated on me and you want me to be on the news interviewing you about why you cheated? Nigga, if you don't get the fuck up out of my face.
Nah, man. Man, look, hey.
How, Slay? How? How, Slay?
Boy. Oh, boy. Look, this, hey.
Oh.
So my question is this.
This man this man is being publicly embarrassed and shamed for her indiscretions.
Yeah. But that's how we do, though. We don't deal with stuff straight on. We find a way to deflect. That's what we do. We don't deal with stuff straight on. We find a way to deflect. That's what we do. Like, seriously. And this should be an example. I say myself, this should be an example for guys, right? To understand that if you get caught up with a lady who's married, separated from her husband, the same way, like, that women talk about getting caught up with guys who are separated from their wives or whatever the case is, it's not a permanent deal, dude. Like, you're just a filler. Like, you just filling in. You're a filler. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Oh, LeBron turned his like, oh, okay, come on in. Sub. You're the good substitute for the time being.
I mean,
oh, boy. my thing that I have observed is how hypocritical women have come off to being so understanding, but when it's men who are doing it, it's drop the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? She was healing. I understand. We definitely need to heal if we're not getting what we wanted. We don't feel good. Man, that's most niggas who cheat. They don't feel good at the crib.
Yeah.
I don't feel like coming home, and I just ended up falling into some on my way to the house. Oh, I was in. So, baby, I got into an entanglement on my way to the crib. Oh, well, if it was an entanglement, it's okay. Yeah. That's what it was. I was healing on my way through an entanglement. I feel much better. I feel much better now.
I'm gonna let you use that excuse and you tell me how it turns out. And whenever you need to use it, I want you to use it and then tell me how it turns out.
Nigga, I know it ain't gonna fly. I know it ain't gonna fly. Hey, real talk. I like Will Smith, but I'm finna bring this word back. This was an example of what women get off on a lemon lane ass nigga. Lemon lane. You remember that?
Okay.
A lemon ass nigga, lame ass nigga. You ain't never heard lemon lime nigga?
I've heard it, but give me what you're talking about.
They're a lemon ass nigga.
Who is?
Will. That's an example of what women get off on a lame ass nigga. They can get those words off on them niggas and like, oh, okay. I still love you, baby.
I don't think Will is lame. I don't think Will is lame. The reason why Will ain't lame because Will is the one that made her come on to talk about it. If he was lame, he wouldn't be saying nothing. He the one made her sit at the table. Because he even said, I'm the one that brought her to the table today for her to discuss this. And he ain't going to come across the table. He's not going to come across the table on her in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, after them cameras went off and before them cameras started, it's a whole different ballgame.
Visually, it came off like...
No, we're not talking about just what they're sitting at the table. See, he's a Libra. So he ain't going to show you the whole monster. He's going to show you we sit here and talk about it.
All of this nigga was holding... this nigga was holding back. I was like... He's like, yeah, okay. All right. Yep. I know those short yips. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Hey, that's just like me saying, bet. You're right, bet.
Because you know what that means. Like,
bet.
We ain't done with this. Like, we ain't done with this. Like, at all. Like, we ain't done with this.
People who know me know as soon as all I hear is bet. Hey, so we finna get ready to go.
Nah, it's not over. Like, it ain't over. It's not over.
Down 7, if you hear anybody, if you know anybody, if a nigga say bet, it's only one or two things. If that nigga ain't saying it's like a good deal going down, bet you need to go ahead and start leaving the spot right now. All right, bet.
Hey, because it's going to be some choppers that going to come and clean the parking lot out.
Some furniture moving.
Now, I say this, man, that first of all, I don't like to see nobody's relationship sprawled out in public like that. I don't like to see that. We talking about it obviously because it's news,
because it's out media, there. True.
But it's out there. But I don't like to see nobody's personal information and stuff like that, especially having kids and a family and whatnot. I don't like to see that, kind of thrown out there for people to just kind of throw it up in there and play with it like a toy, you know what I'm saying, to laugh and joke and all of that. But obviously, when you were in the public eye, you're subject to this, right? You're subject to ridicule, you're subject to praise, you're subject to being questioned about things. So we understand that part of it. What I do think is that people need to be very careful who they allow in their circle, because even prior to all of this happening, they allowed him into their home. They allowed him into their circle, into their family, with the idea of helping him. Like, I think that's not even been talked about a lot. They pulled him in to help him.
Now you do feel better when you have.
Well, we ain't talking about that. We ain't even got to that part.
When you have some good, man, you do feel good, man. I'm just saying, it's like, hey, when you going through some things, like, so yeah. For real, man.
What I will say is this though. August ain't to be trusted with nothing. Ain't nobody gonna trust him going forward. Ain't nobody gonna trust him. Ain't nobody gonna trust that dude. Nobody's gonna trust him with anything. Like, anything that goes down, like, they'll be having him sign NDAs for no reason.
That nigga started shitting up on Keke Palmer for no reason.
Yeah, I was like, my man, what you going off on Keke for? I'm like, what you going off? I'm like, what you going off on Keke for, my man? Like, what is that all about? Like, then you got like these other dudes. What's the dude name? He said he messed with Tiffany Haddish or something. I'm like, who are these? Why are y'all telling? Like, what's wrong with y'all, man?
Speaking
like, why are y'all telling, man?
How do you feel about the new haircut?
I saw the picture. She looks fine.
You brought Tiffany Haddish up. So.
She looks fine. I saw the other pictures. That one that they posted that had her looking like Joe Morton or something like that. I saw the other picture. She looks fine. She doesn't look bad at all. She looks fine. Why are you asking me? Go ask Common how she looks.
So, you know what? All right, so I want to say they broke up. Cause you know, like some women, they cut their hair off and stuff like that.
Probably did. I mean, come on, it's Hollywood, man.
But so remember when I said, I was like, I bet you if Erykah Badu send him a text message right now, that nigga gonna be gone. That was like the last podcast.
She probably texted him, was like, what you doing with that hoe? I
saw on Instagram that nigga was performing with her someplace live.
She called him, was like, oh, so that's what we doing now? Oh,
so
okay. Mm-hmm.
He was performing. It was like him, Dave Chappelle, and Erykah Badu. They was all performing someplace. And the next couple of days later, Tiffany Haddish is cutting her off.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Man. And then she looked like, what's his name, daddy? Olivia Pope's daddy.
That's what I said, Joe Morton.
Don't nobody know his real name, nigga.
Yes,
we know Olivia Pope's dad.
It's Joe Morton, man. It's a brother from another planet. He played Miles Dyson in Terminator movie.
The nigga that got stood up on A Different World. Oh, this nigga been reincarnated through Tiffany Haddish.
It's Illuminati cloning. It's Illuminati cloning, man.
Oh man.
It's Illuminati cloning.
That was funny. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh, what else do you have, sir?
Man, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. I know who Joe Morton is. I know that much.
Hey man, I was on Facebook the other day, and the conversation about PV was up. And do you know your locations and directions, things of that nature, sir?
What you mean locations and directions?
How far do you think Whitehaven extends? The Haven.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, just right off the top of my head, like I wouldn't know. Like
I don't know, because I think people try and throw Google and geographical stuff up, but nigga, if we're doing school zone areas, this area is this area. People want to say Whitehaven is from Airways all the way to 3rd Street. How is that Whitehaven? So you telling me Fairleigh is Whitehaven?
Fairleigh?
Yes. Because from Airways to 3rd Street, you know how many schools are within that area? More than just Whitehaven?
Wait a minute. Fairleigh is Whitehaven. Oh, Fairleigh is Fairleigh.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's like, well, it's kind of in between Whitehaven and Westwood. You know what I'm saying? Is that really like, because 3rd is, well, I would say Westwood starts at
from
3rd Street. Yeah,
back.
3rd going back. So they'll probably still
and
be
between 3rd on to from 3rd to not Tulane. Well, yeah, Tulane is Fairleigh.
Yeah, but people don't call it Fairleigh because they consider it to kind of be part of Whitehaven. But technically, it's the Fairleigh area, because they say Tulane, like Tulane is like an area, but it's really Tulane is some apartments. You know what I'm saying? Or they say the Tulane area.
Because PV is right there on 3rd and Fairway.
Yeah. I mean, I heard it was. I don't know that PV is there. You'd have to tell me, sir.
Man, you know what? I don't even know why. I don't even know why people act like they ain't never been to that joint. Number one, if you've had a bad chick, that chick lived in PV, my nigga. So there were a lot of bad chicks in PV, is what I'm saying.
I know it was, but all the bad chicks that I dated didn't come from
I didn't
PV,
say
though.
all. Did I say all? Sorry.
You said if you had one, she lived in PV.
If you had a bad chick, one of them was from PV.
Oh well, maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe.
If it doesn't apply to you, I'm saying I know I had one, and I was over in that joint, and I was like, I don't even know why everybody act like it's a problem over here. Oh.
So, question. So, where is PV?
What you mean? It's on.
Where is it?
It's gone now.
I'm talking about when it was there. Where was it?
Like on Fairway and 3rd.
Fairway and 3rd. What is Fairway and 3rd? Is PV? Where is PV located? Is it in?
It's Westwood? Like it's.
Is it in Mitchell Heights? Is it in South Memphis? What is it?
It's in between, but everybody act like they don't want to claim it. So it's like it's an area by itself. Nigga, how's the area by itself? Like, he got his own little territory. Yeah, it was just PV. Word, it was just PV. So PV people just went to PV school. Like, cool out. It was a school that they had to go to.
No,
it's a jurisdiction area.
So what I laugh about is, where Crystal Palace is. This is for the listeners who are not from Memphis. This is a Memphis conversation. We're sorry.
And it's down the street here.
And we're just talking about P Valley.
We talking about some Memphis.
Is it? Yeah, but P Valley is also a new show that is on Stars. Actually, a young lady from Memphis. Like I think it's. Hold up! I gotta find it because I want to make sure that I'm not wrong, because we have people all over the world listening to us. So I want to
get it right, Ivan.
So this is on Stars.
Okay.
And so we have actually the young lady who came with the concept of the show. She's actually from Memphis. So this show is about a strip club in Mississippi, but P Valley is actually an area that used to be in Memphis at one point in time. So we're kind of talking about a little bit of Memphis history, where it was located, the area. And this particular area is actually where a couple different areas meet. So 3rd, where Crystal Palace is.
Right.
Some people say it's Westwood. Some people say
Westwood does not extend out to Crystal Palace. No.
I know it doesn't. I'm just saying what some people say. Okay. Right. Some people say it's Westwood. Right. Some people say it's Whitehaven. Some people say it's Mitchell Heights.
If Mitchell don't claim it, is I would say it's the Chickasaw Indian Hill.
Somebody said
that's Chickasaw. That's Indian right there in the middle, right in between.
Right there in the middle. Right. So, and if you go a little bit, well, not a little bit, if you go about 10 minutes up the road going north, you're in South Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of how the city comes together in different areas. In this particular area, 3rd Street runs, just like Thomas. 3rd Street runs from
south to west.
From south to like kind of west, the northwest, so to speak. So a lot of travel, a lot of trucking. Yeah. So a lot of trucks and stuff go through there. So it's a little Memphis history.
PV right there over there by the library and Church's Chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, the library and Church's Chicken.
Oh man.
I wonder
what she's doing. Yeah.
So what?
Huh?
What was that?
Huh?
You wonder what?
Nothing. Dude, speaking of, I do have something.
Okay.
I do remember now. Hey, can you let me go ahead and clear my throat for this.
Okay.
Can you covet another man's wife if you've had her before? If y'all been together before?
Let's see. So the definition of covet is to yearn to possess or have something. So yeah, you can covet something that you've had before. Absolutely. Yeah, you can covet something that you've had before.
So like dude on dude on South Park is coveting bad.
Hey man, listen. Coveting, covet, to covet is to want something that does not belong to you, that belongs to someone else. And it is wrong to covet anything. Yeah, it's wrong to covet anything that belongs to you, and particularly somebody else's wife. That's rule number one.
So if I had a PlayStation.
We ain't talking about a PlayStation.
If I had a PlayStation.
We ain't talking about a PlayStation.
I played with the PlayStation. Well, it was nice, and it was like, I gotta get rid of my PlayStation for what I think is. I have to put away with playful things and get to do with something better and get something grown up. Now I see someone playing with my PlayStation. Well, it's like. Now you see somebody playing with your PlayStation, well, it's like,
hey man, listen. I'll say this.
This is just content, people. Someone asked me this question.
Yeah, so you can admire what somebody else has. But when it goes beyond the level of admiration to covetousness, it becomes sin, right? So
highs and buys.
So what?
So highs and buys.
Yeah. So basically highs and buys. Yeah. Stay in your lane. Like don't. And reason why I say it's easy to, it's something that's easy to do, right? It's really something that's easy to do. It's not hard to do. I'm not judging at all because you can you can see somebody that has a beautiful situation, a beautiful wife, a beautiful home or whatever, and be like, man, like dude, you got it going on. Like, man, you got this, you got that. And you can be, you can see it and be like, man, I want something like that. I don't want specifically what you got, but I would like to have something like that one day. Or I would like to have a similar type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. That's coveting the things. I'm talking about the person. It's that person, regardless of the things. You like.
That's what I'm talking about, sir. I'm talking about in totality.
That person still looks nice. That person still looks nice. Shit, look.
Okay. All I say is be careful what you covet, because you get all of it. And I ain't mean for that to rhyme, it just did. But be careful what you covet, because you will get all of it.
Oh, look at he brought it back. Look at him, shit. I have it in the booth, face ass nigga.
Okay then. Yo, Silk Johnston look, man, head tight as well. You got the fitted John Donald. You got the John you can make room in the back. You need to put them. You need to put about two more holes. It's the fitted John. You must have bought it from the extra large head website.
I get my size.
Bowling ball.
Big ass head size.
Hey man, I just want to say real quick before I forget. Hey, shout out to everybody, man, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, that shares the post and tags us and whatever, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting and watching the show and listening to the show and inboxing me and telling me what they heard and laughing and listening. So especially during times like these when relevant content is important, laughter is important. Thank y'all for rocking with us and listening to us and sharing, and resharing and sharing the post and just logging in, man. And checking us out. So whether it's on YouTube, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Apple Music, Whether it's a Facebook post or whatever, man, we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for being a part of this family and off on the tangent family, if I can say that. And but just rocking with us and holding us down, man. And we're just looking forward to taking this thing to the next level, content-wise, creating new content, new concepts, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new stuff, a whole lot of new stuff is coming. So
a lot of changes, people. You're probably gonna see it on this episode.
Yeah.
I do want to say, because I feel like I gotta mention it, because although we did bring laughs and other entertainment, I do feel like I do gotta make mention of this because I have been peeping this on a few days. The folks who killed Breonna Taylor are still walking around. They have not gone to jail or anything like that.
There's a reason for that.
And I'm also finding out information that I think is all for some type of gentrification type of move.
So if we will, let's deal with that the next episode, starting out, because I'm already making notes and doing research on it because so many people have talked about it on social media and comparing it to the George Floyd situation, why it didn't get as much publication or much attention as the George Floyd thing. And there's several reasons. There's several reasons why, and it does not have to do anything. And I want to make this clear: it does not have to do anything with the fact that she's a Black woman. Let's deal with that first. And I've been seeing that narrative being displayed and shared, and I want to say that it does not have anything to do with her being a Black woman and being a Black man. Why his death got more publicity than hers? That's asinine. It's insane to say that. We need to be showing unity at this point in time. We need to be showing togetherness. We need to be talking about both of these issues equally. I believe that. And we do not need to be taking the attention away from the fact that
they don't need too many people talking about them deaths over them properties over there. Is what they
exactly. And that's and that local media is they have been masterful at covering that whole situation up. The local police department covered that situation up. They were on a mission to remove somebody from a home that would not move. And it's a whole lot bigger situation than just killing a cop or killing a Black lady cop. It's about money. It's about commerce. It's about the local economy. So there are a lot of pieces in place. There are a lot of things in place that they had set up already before this even happened to make sure that story did not break the way it should have. So let's make sure we deal with that. We're going to deal with that, and we're going to talk about it. And we're going to make sure her name is not forgotten. But we are not going to compare the struggles between Black women and Black men. Specifically on this show, I'm not going to do it because our struggles to me are equal. You know what I mean? We go through it together. If a Black man gets killed, a Black man gets killed, we're all upset. Black woman gets killed, we're all upset because we're in this together. So we're not gonna compare the two on why one didn't get looked at the way the other one did. When Mike Brown was killed, as a matter of fact, when Mike Brown was killed, there was another young man was killed that same week, and it was hardly spoken about. You know what I mean? So we found out about that later. And typically when things like that happen, there are other instances that lead up to it a few days before or a couple weeks before that it does not receive the same amount of attention. So this particular case is the next podcast. I'm sure Jay's okay with this. We're going to talk about this in detail and talk about why Breonna Taylor was killed and the events surrounding this particular murder, what happened with her and what is going on in that particular area, and why they
buying up property, my nigga.
Exactly. So it's more than just, that one was just more than police brutality. This is really about money and about commerce. So we want to make sure that we shed light on that and also continue to put our foot on the neck of, white supremacist idealism and systematic oppression to Black folks everywhere.
Because again, just to remind people, they had the audacity, like they felt like that this gentleman wasn't gonna get any attention. They had the audacity not even to fill out the police report. So it was
exactly.
Oh, we ain't gonna get no attention. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Get swept on the rug? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Just put your basic information on it. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So like I said, I know there's jokes. There's a lot. There have been some entertaining things that have been put in front of us to forget about some other things, and it's like I felt like I do need to. That has to be mentioned because of if something ever happened to me on some fuck shit. Best believe I want all of my niggas who actually fuck with me to be out there like, hey man, my nigga don't even be doing no wild shit like that, man. I don't believe this shit. Somebody come look up some real shit for me.
Right.
So yeah. Like if this junk keep on, somebody need to keep talking about it like, hey, you do know they still ain't caught so and so, right?
Right, exactly.
Because for real, it's fuck shit. But yeah. I'll start rambling on that. Oh, one other thing. What you think of LeBron James not wanting to wear any Black Lives messages on the jerseys during the game?
I hadn't heard nothing about it. I hadn't heard anything about that.
I had just caught something on ESPN this morning that was talking about it. It was like because they do have the option of having some type of like a Black Lives message. They have a choice of several different little messages that they can put on their jerseys.
Right.
And he said he wasn't going to do it. So a lot of some people feel some kind of way about him saying that he don't want to do it. Okay. I feel like I understand why he wouldn't. I understand why some players want to have some type of a message what they're protesting for. They want to put their message out there while they're playing a game. Now, me personally, if he's of the cloth that I think he is, I wouldn't wear that shit because of the simple fact, if I wore it with some type of message on it in my jersey and my number or whatever, that's giving the NBA profits off of that. And if it ain't going to some type of foundation of my choice, then no, I ain't good with that.
Okay.
Because the message will be it should benefit to those of what this message is for, not for the NBA to profit off of. Now, that's why I say.
But I'm pretty sure if they put Black Lives Matter on there, NBA is not going to profit off that.
It's more than just gonna say Black Lives Matter. Like I said, they have like a choice of 20 different messages to choose from that they can have on the back of their jerseys.
Okay.
So
I had to.
But it's like a Black Lives Matter related or whatever like that. But he said not to. So if it's a situation like that, I stand up with it. But I don't know.
Okay. No, I had to get some more context in there to be able to discuss that more. But I wouldn't see why. Like it's got to be something else because he's worn Black Lives Matter and I Can't Breathe T-shirts and warm-ups and stuff like that before. So it's got to be.
That's the only way I can see him not wanting to is because if it's just the NBA profiting off of it, then no.
Yeah, it's got to be something else to it.
Because like I said, if he's of the cloth that I think he is, any money from those jerseys should go to some type of
some type of organization that supports the people
that they support or whatever like that. So
yeah.
But
agreed.
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and wrap that up. The shenanigans. We talked enough about the the lack of deep girth and capacity that Will had. The really, really, really good friendships of August and Jada.
Yeah. Man. Hey, man. But I just put it like this. Nobody trusts you anymore, August. You're done. You're done, buddy. Nobody should trust you again. You're finished, August.
I was gonna tell a story, but I see we've talked enough. I might save that.
No, yeah. Say that for the next one. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for checking us out, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Happy birthday to JWILLDOES. 57 years old, looks young for his age.
I got that Benjamin Button, man. I got that Benjamin Button.
This man has not eaten meat in 27 years, so obviously he's going to look 19. But he just turned 57 yesterday. And
that meat is poison, man.
You know, it's all poison. It's all poison, like Nas says. But he don't listen to Nas, so he wouldn't know that song anyway. So, anyway.
We're just on the same vibes and wavelengths. Great minds think alike.
Shout out to JWill, man. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And, hopefully you had a good weekend, man. And we'll holler at y'all later.
Man, you can't do too much anyway, man. Nigga just being in the house. It was just like, I just had a nice little gin and juice and it was like, watch Perry Mason. Man. Hey, no, they got a new series. It's a new series on
HBO. I heard about that, the new Perry Mason. I want to check it out.
But I got caught up on Ozark. Man, that John is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I started from the second season. Huh? You said you've been watching it?
Oh yeah.
I started from the second season, so I gotta go back and watch the first. But man, that last episode, my nigga.
Yeah, that's on fire. That John is fire. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sold on that joint.
Man. Great show, man.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, people. We do appreciate just y'all sharing, passing the word of mouth, looking at the analytics. We're seeing the different little views, the videos that y'all liking and picking up on. It is on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying because you put that out there and it's like, hey, I appreciate this coming straight to the website, but there are other avenues to view and watch. There are other little clips that are out there. So just trying to create a channel and content where you can view it out there as well. So subscribe, like, click. JWiLLDOES TV is the YouTube channel. And again, appreciate you. All love to the listeners and viewers. Appreciate it. And getting up out this junk, I am JWiLLDOES. This is my guy here.
And I'm Ivan the Great. Appreciate y'all checking us out tonight.
And we are the Off on a Tangent podcast, and we up out this junk.
Holla.
Peace.